We need to find the value of the given expression. So let's begin by first stating the three roots of the cube roots of unity. The cube roots of unity, the roots are 1 omega and omega squared, and omega was going to have the value -1 plus I times square root of 3 divided by 2. When we cross multiply, we get 2 omega equals to -1 plus I times square root of 3, and omega square, so that has the value -1 minus I times square root of 3 divided by 2. When we cross multiply it, we get 2 omega squared equals to -1 minus I times square root of 3. Now also, when we take the sum of the root, that means 1 plus omega squared, you can verify that this is going to give us the value 0. And when we take the product of the roots, we have omega cube equals to 1. So we will use this fact whenever necessary. Oh, and also, if we consider the denominator, we have 1 minus I. The 1 minus I raised to the power of 20. So this can be also expressed as 1 minus I whole squared, I is iota, whole squared, whole raised to the power of 10. Now we can expand 1 minus I whole squared as 1 minus 2I plus I squared whole raised to the power of 10. Now I squared, that's the value of iota. Iota which is squared gives us a value of -1. So that means we have 1 minus 2I minus 1 whole raised to the power of 10, or simply -2I raised to the power of 10. So this gives us -2 whole raised to the power of 10 times I raised to the power of 10. So -2 raised to the power of 10 will become positive, because negative raised to the power of an even number makes it positive. So we have 2 raised to the power of 10. Multiply to, we have I raised to the power of 10. So this is simply I raised to the power of 8 times I squared. So further simplification will give us 2 raised to the power of 10. Multiply to I raised to the power of 8. So that value is I raised to the power of 4 whole raised to the power of 2 times I squared, and I squared, we'll do it later. So we have 2 raised to the power of 10. So I raised to the power of 4. So this is going to be 1. So we have 1 squared. So we can also check that out from here. So if we have I squared equals to -1, so I raised to the power of 4 will be +1 times I squared, which is -1. So that means our value is -2 raised to the power of 10. Similarly, using the same steps, when we expand 1 plus I raised to the power of 20, so this is also going to give us a value -2 raised to the power of 10. So we will use this value instead of the denominator, 1 minus I raised to the power of 20 and 1 plus I raised to the power of 20. So let's use this. So we will have, so in place of -1 plus I times square root of 3, we'll replace it with 2 omega. So we have 2 omega raised to the power of 15 divided by -2 raised to the power of 10, plus we have -1 minus I times square root of 3. So that will be placed with 2 omega squared whole raised to the power of 15 divided by -2 raised to the power of 10. So that's equals to 2 raised to the power of 15 times omega raised to the power of 15 divided by -2 raised to the power of 10 plus 2 raised to the power of 15 times omega raised to the power of, the 2 times 15 will be 30 divided by -2 raised to the power of 10. So this gives us -2 raised to the power of, we have 15 minus 10 times omega raised to the power of 15 can be expressed as omega cubed raised to the power of 5 minus 2 raised to the power of 15 minus 10 multiplied to omega raised to the power of 3 whole raised to the power of 10. Now we can use the fact that omega cube is equals to 1 in place of omega cube in the first term and the second term. So this is going to give us -2 raised to the power of 15 minus 10 is 5 times 1 minus 2 raised to the power of 5 times 1. So that means this is going to be equals to -64, because 2 raised to the power of 5 is 32. So this is the value of this particular expression, -64.